welcome to our lovely live interview with John Whelan, who is one of the top button accordion players in the world. Is that right, John? Hello.
Well, it's been a rumor for a long time, so I don't know. We'll see.
Well, I heard that you are 7 times All Ireland champion. Is that correct?
Listen, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. You know what I mean?
Well,
I've been
I'm
blessed.
just
I've been blessed.
I'm honored because I know that you've sold a lot of CDs and you're very, very popular, and you're part of Sober St. Patrick's Day for a long time. So I'm just gonna, for people who don't know you, and welcome to our viewers. We are live on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Um, do say hello if you're there and ask us any questions for John. But John, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started as well, and the accordion.
Well, I was born and raised in London. I was born in Islington in North London, and I grew up in the Luton area. A lot of people would know the Luton area. A lot of Irish in Luton town.
Hmm.
And my father's from Wexford. We just chatted about that off camera for a little bit. And
Yeah,
he's from it's called Blackwater in County Wexford. And my mother is actually from Tipperary. And
right.
but my great grandfather actually, I have a photograph of my great grandfather playing with the Blackwater Brass Band from 1901. And he was a melodeon player. He played the single row melodeon as well. So that's where the music comes from. My great grandfather, and
Yeah.
so my father bought me an accordion in 1970, and I never looked back. I've been playing ever since. And I got involved with Coltis, Kiltori Aaron, and I did the American tour in 1979. And the next thing you know, a few months later, I'm over here, and I never went back. I mean, I went back for holidays, but I've been living here since 1980 in the U.S. And
In New
now
York, I love New
I
York.
was in New York for a while, in Connecticut for about 25 years, and now I'm living on a beautiful place called Vashon Island off the coast of Seattle. So
Ooh, I like the
absolutely
sound of
love the
that.
Northwest here. I should have moved here 30 years ago.
Oh, that's lovely. And so I know you're very, very involved in the Irish American community and anything Irish, and I know you support a lot of Irish musicians as well. Do you want to tell us a little bit about how you got involved in Sober St. Patrick's Day?
Well, it was actually through a friend. It's actually my son's godfather, Bill, contacted Tom Doolan, and Tom recommended me and Brian Conway and Brendan Dolan, and that's what we've had ever since. And then a few years ago, Bill made me a music director, and then so every year we've had a little bit changes in lineup and different people and different singers, and we try to keep it interesting and change it up a bit from year to year. And of course, this is, as you know, the first year we're going virtual, and
Mm,
so
mm.
it's exciting and also frustrating because I'd love to be in New York,
Oh, I
uh,
know. Yeah.
with everybody. And
Well, actually, I've been to New York, but I haven't been to Sober St. Patrick's Day in New York. So I am hoping that I will be going there next year to meet Bill and everybody because same here, everything is virtual at the moment. And you've been doing some sessions yourself, though, haven't you? Online, and you've been doing a lot of online sessions and stuff that people can join in with, haven't you?
yeah, actually, I just had a big write up in the Irish Echo this week about my sessions and stuff, and I actually did the very first. I think I don't know. I can't say definitively, but I guess I was probably the first traditional musician to go live on Facebook 6 years ago.
Yay!
And
That's
so I've
brilliant.
been doing what I call Mondays with John for 6 years, and then when the pandemic started, I started a slow jam session, and I've been kind of renowned for my session playing in sessions everywhere around the country, and so I started a slow session, virtual session live, and so we average about 80 people every week, and then I said, well, if there's a need for a slow session, maybe there's a need for a master session. And all
Hmm.
my peers, my friends, we're all in the same boat. We're not lots of tours canceled, and I had 25 weeks of work canceled because of the pandemic. And so, we a couple of weeks ago we had Maureen Nguini from Alton with her daughter playing live, 10 p.m. Irish time, and we had, we could have about 80, 90, 100 people playing along, muted, playing along in their living room, and
That is
they get to
lovely.
chat and ask questions, and so it's very informative. We have great music coming up with Nuala Kennedy and Jerry O'Connor from Donegal area coming up a week from Saturday, and we have a big boxing this weekend, which of course excites me because I'm an accordion player. So Josephine Marsh and Derek Hickey. Derek played with Dave Dannon for a good bit, and Josephine Marsh had her own band, and phenomenal accordion players. And the great Jimmy Keene from Chicago, a piano accordion player. And Jimmy and I have known each other since '73, even though he lives in Chicago. So
I want to hear all the stories that you are going to tell each other. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear.
People could tell me I should write a book, but I don't know. I haven't, it's interesting because I was being born in England. I actually did a panorama, believe it or not, a panorama TV show in 1973 about the Irish people in Britain. And then I came to America, and I played with all the greats. They're all dead now, unfortunately, but certainly around the Northeast, the London area. I played in a place called The Favourite in Holloway Road. I have a classic photo, as you know, you're too young for this stuff, but, when they used to close the pubs early. They closed the pubs early, and we were out on the sidewalk playing.
Yeah.
In The Favourite on Holloway Road. And there's a photo of me when I was 14 with my Ziggy Stardust haircut, which I'm pretty close to now with the pandemic.
Yeah.
You can see a little profile with the tin whistle, and that's Finbar Fury and me playing outside The Favourite on Holloway Road in probably 1974, I think it was. But
wow.
And then I came to America, and I got to meet, Andy McGann and the great Irish musicians again, they're all passed away. Johnny Cronin, amazing talent. And of course, I hooked up with Brian Conway, we've been buddies again, like Jimmy, since the 70s, and doing the Flaws. And Brian and I finally recorded together a couple of years ago, but it took us 40 years to do it.
Well, it sounds like, you should write a book, definitely. Or Brian might write one. That might be even more interesting.
No, Brian's book would be boring.
Well, look, it's great to meet you.
My book would be much more exciting.
Well, I think you might be right. But definitely, we'd love to hear a little bit of what's in store for Sober St. Patrick's Day. I know that you are playing, we have lots of musicians playing, like Brian as well, and Dahi and so on, and Mary. So if anyone does want to join, it's soberstpatricksday.org. But would you give us a little demo there?
Absolutely.
Thanks.
I just happen to have my box here. Of course, I have boxes everywhere in this music room of mine.
I can imagine.
And
this is like, this is your...
I get to strap myself up. Let me just put this down a little bit. There you go.
Yeah, cool. Go first. And thank you, everybody. If you have any comments, please comment.
I'll play the Irish Washwoman because it's a very famous jig that was used in many, many movies. And believe it or not, one of the highlights of my career was I got to play for Maureen O'Hara's 80th birthday. And I was good friends with Maureen O'Hara's stepson. And Chris Blair lives in Milford, Connecticut, where I lived. And we became good buddies. And I got to play for Maureen. I have a great photo of us together from her 80th birthday. So the Irish Washwoman, I'll play as a jig and a reel.
Great singers. Well done. That's so funny because I can't even Irish dance. So I was dancing along though, and I'm sure people watching were dancing along too. That was great. You do it like no problem. You're like, as if you're having a cup of tea, like, yeah,
Right. But, I played for a lot of Kayleys in my life. I've been doing this for 50 years. And
yeah.
so I'm notorious for, while I'm playing, I let you get up and do a set with the dancers while I'm playing. So I do like I do play for a lot of set dances. So I might do a Kerry set, get up and play away and twirl around with them on the dance floor. But, look, it's music. You got to have fun, right? That's what
Oh,
it's about.
yeah.
It's about
Hmm.
sharing the passion of our culture,
Hmm.
which I'm very serious about. I know I'm seem like a very jovial, happy-go-lucky guy, but I'm very serious about Ireland. My father was a pioneer. My grandfather was a pioneer. Um, I unfortunately drank enough to make up for both of them in my youth when I first came to America. And that's why Sober St. Patrick is so important to me, because I
Hmm.
realized after a certain period of time that the alcohol just wasn't the way I should
Yeah.
go. That was not the
Same.
route for me. And I still drink. I'm not against drink, and I don't think Sober St. Patrick is against drink either.
No, no.
But we need to get rid of the stereotyping of the Irish as all drunks, and I'm
Yeah.
very serious about that. Like I said, I have two generations of my family that didn't drink at all. Never. My father was a
Mm.
bartender in London when he first went to England. Never drank in his life. You know.
And yet you see it go the other way with some bartenders that they become alcoholics because I'm 13 years sober myself. So I've heard so many stories of people who actually were bartenders and ended up drinking themselves, like, and I think I totally agree with you. This is why I'm serious about this and I'm passionate about this too, is because, anytime I went to America, it was always like, oh, you're Irish, you must drink loads of Guinness and whiskey. And I was like, well, no, I used to, but I don't
Right.
now, but it was frustrating. So yes, we've so much more to offer. We have the lovely music, the culture, the people, John, the people, the scenery, the food. We've so much more stories,
Well, the
poetry.
food, the food, I would have to say now, somebody that traveled to Ireland, like I said earlier, off the camera, since I was 4 months old, the food definitely got better after the
Yeah.
70s.
Oh, definitely.
So,
Much better.
I mean,
Much.
the stopping at the cafe with the two slices of bread and one slice of tomato and ham was, you know,
And corned beef and cabbage. Like, it's
oh,
not just corned beef and cabbage or Irish
no,
stew,
no,
or
no.
coddle. Do you know coddle? I
Oh
love coddle.
yeah, listen,
I
I,
love
I
coddle.
do all the cooking in my house, so I'm big into cooking. So
Well, I might come for coddle in your house someday because I
you're welcome
love
anytime.
coddle.
Listen, listen, I did beef Wellington for Christmas this year, and that's a
Oh,
big project. So,
that's
but
a big project.
yeah, and I do different kinds of cooking. I made some Lebanese fatai uh, last week, which I really love. Little meat pies. Um, so anyway, but you got to have other passions other than music. But I did want
Yeah.
to get that out there about the alcohol.
Oh,
Not
look,
against drink.
it's
I want people to have a good time and enjoy it.
exactly.
And unfortunately, the music is also tied in because playing in the bars and
Hmm.
that's what happened to me as a young fella.
Mm.
Coming here, I was 20 years old. I didn't. My parents were in England. I had nobody to tell me what to do, what not to do.
Yeah.
And then you
Hmm.
go in there and you just start drinking and you're playing music and you're having a good time. And then you realize you've got one drink too many. And
Yeah. Mm.
so I spent a good few years like that, and enough years like that to realize that I didn't want to go there. And thank God, my kids are much smarter than I am. But
So are
you know,
mine. Oh my God. Like, Leah is into fitness and healthy food and like nothing I would have eaten anyway when I was that age.
yeah.
It's like really healthy stuff and going for swims in the sea. And it's just wonderful. And so for you, you have a Facebook page, don't you, John?
Oh yes, I
Facebook page.
actually have about nine, but I have John Whelan
Mm-hmm.
in my band page. John, just
Hmm.
look for John. I'm the only John Whelan on Vashon Islands
Okay.
in Northwest,
Okay.
so it should
Great.
be easy enough to find. And then I have a personal page, but I also have a couple other pages. But I do have, for my sessions, I have a John Whelan master session. Actually, it's John Whelan dash Mighty Session is what the Facebook is.
Okay.
But I'm also we never talked about this earlier, but I'm also a carpenter by trade. So I actually
Are
do.
you?
I
Ah.
make wine bottle stoppers and pans and that kind of stuff. In
So,
fact, I didn't plan this way, honest to God, but I just happen to have it here. Look, there's a wine bottle stopper, but see, look at the coin I put on top.
very nice. Very nice. So
So I
you're
have a variety of
so
different
you're
kinds of.
creative as well. You're creative as well.
Well,
Y-
listen, like, it's the Irish thing, isn't it?
yeah.
We talked about.
Mhm.
I left school at 15. I didn't have an education. I went to trade school, like a
Yeah.
lot of the Irish. I'm doing my family tree, and my great grandfather on my mother's side was a carpenter. He came to America in 1926, and he went back in 1932. I have his baptismal certificate from 1877, but it says right on the census, carpenter. So that's what we did in Ireland. We were tradesmen for the
Yeah,
most
well,
part.
my father was a painter and decorator. Yeah, absolutely. And I was just trying to find your Facebook page there. I don't want to kind of put in the wrong link. Is it Whelan Master Sessions? No, not that one.
So it's Whelan Master Sessions. Yes.
It is. Okay.
Yep. Yeah,
All
that's
right
for
then.
the session.
Okay. Cool.
And then
If
I have a
anyone's there that
website.
wants to comment, by the way, please do. I'll just put the link in that we can put it on the
Yeah, I don't see any.
screen here.
I don't see any comments at all, though. What's going on there? Come on.
I don't know. Come on, guys. Oh, see, it's a bad time here in Ireland. It's actually
I can't be that intimidating.
He's not. Let's see if
just a
anyone there that
pussycat.
wants to ask a question or anything. But yeah, we'll be able to see them, and sometimes they watch it later and then they comment. So, but then we're live at the moment, you see. So, yeah, okay. Well, look, thank you so much. So that's your Facebook page, and definitely, folks, if you want to come along to Sober St. Patrick's Day, John will be playing. Lots of great musicians, top class entertainment, and I'm the host. I'd love to see you there, even to get your support. Hashtag Sober St. Patrick's Day. Hopefully, we'll see you there. It's a YouTube premiere. But go and RSVP now, register now so you get the reminders. John, it's lovely to meet you. Thanks.
Thank you for having me. Good to be
Slán.
here.
Slán.
Slanga fall.